Well, hello, and welcome to Stop, Let's Team Up, episode 57, What I'm Reading. Okay, we're going to do a What I'm Reading episode because I had an agent call out. I am not on call this weekend, but my supervisor's already been covering a hole in the shift, and she cannot work the whole dang day. So I'm going to go in about an hour and relieve her and, spend about 8 hours alone on the phone by myself. It's not that bad. I'm not that busy at call center. Hopefully nothing major happens, catastrophe, physical plant-wise, and I should have a mellow day. So I'm going to take some comics to read and some paperwork to do and stuff like that. But I really wanted to talk to you about, I haven't done it, and I've been to the comic shop 5 or 6 times since and gotten stuff in the mail because I've been doing some omni buying, and I'll kind of go over that too. But I haven't done what I've been buying, and I got a package. I ordered some stuff from a young man on eBay. He had very reasonable prices. He combined shippings, and in one package I got the SweetTooth Compendium, which has all issues 1 through 40 of the original SweetTooth series by Lermire. I got Paper Girls by Brian K. Vaugh and Cliff Chang, which I read the first 2 volumes of the trades in comic form, and then when I did a purge for room and money, a lot of my indies went away, and since I hadn't been buying it to save money, I kind of let them go. But I loved what I read. I know a couple people do. Graham, Robots of Death, who follows us, he's read them and big fan. The TV show that Amazon did, I was a huge fan. I thought it was really well. It was neat to watch kind of almost Spielberg or 80s kind of kids movies, Goonies, stuff like that, The Navigator, stuff like that. It kind of had that feel at the beginning with the kids, and it'd all be girls and them have conversations and I had to turn to my wife at certain times. Is this an 8th grade girl's conversation? Is this real? Is this a female life experience? Because I'm almost a 60-year-old man, and she said it was very real, very accurate, very kind of on point. And I love the 4 actresses that played the characters. They were really well. It was fun. It was exciting, and they were amazing. And it's too bad it's not going to continue because it's a really neat concept, and I'm looking forward to starting to read it again and read the whole thing. I have Stargirl 4, and if you noticed, it's been out for a while online but I haven't recorded it because I wanted to get the latest JSA, and I'm going to go to the comic shop on this Friday coming up. And get it, and then next weekend I will do Stargirl, Justice Society, and probably Danger Street first issue. Record both of them on Sunday after I record a Doctor Who and edit a Doctor Who. I'm going to try to. And get them out pretty quick together. So I may have an extra episode next week, or the Danger Street will be the week after. Saying that because next Saturday, I'm going to GalaxyCon, and I'm going to get my picture taken with David Tennant and Alex Kingston, and that's going to be fun. Chris Claremont, Jeff Lemire is going to be there. I'm going to take my SweetTooth, have him get it signed. I had him sign my Black Hammer Volume 1 trade. He did a little sketch. It was very sweet. I'd like to get that done with SweetTooth, but that's going on. So a lot of stuff going on. But enough of the busy work. Let me talk about what I'm reading. I'm going to start with Batman, Superman, World's Finest, Volume 1, hardcover. That was in my box last time I went to the comic shop. It is by Mark Waid, Dan Mora, and Tamra Bonvilain. Oh, that's a very cool last name, Bonvilain. The Devil Neza, and it is the first 5 issues of that. It is an amazing trade. It is amazing superhero comic book. It takes place... How do they put it? I'm going to get to the front page. Not too distant past. And it's Superman and Batman fighting Poison Ivy and Metallo. And then they find out about this god coming back, the Devil Neza, and Supergirl and Robin go back in time to see how they were originally defeated by the superheroes in that era. And then Superman and Batman are battling. And this leads into Batman versus Robin, which I had read. I read it on the app. I was interested. It was Mark Waid. I noticed Dan Moore and other things. I haven't read much of his. I read it, and I absolutely loved it. And then I realized it was a sequel to World's Finest, which I was not getting, but I was going to get this trade, I thought, thinking I was going to wait till it came out softcover. I read the first 2 issues, stopped what I'm doing, new in the hardcovers, and I read it. Took 2 days. I read because I took my time, and I read it very slowly and looked at the beautiful Dan Moore art. But I'm going to probably cover this as a separate episode and get someone to come in and talk about it with me, because I like it so much, and then I'll do the same with Robin versus Batman, and then I'll do an episode about Lazarus Planet, which this spins into, and I've got everything set aside on that. So that's that. I have gotten one Dawn of DC. I've asked my comic shop, my local comic shop, Velocity Comics, Richmond, Virginia. Check them out. They're amazing. to pull me all the Dawn of DCs, and what I like I will keep getting, what I don't like I will not get. There's going to be it's going to be some good stuff, and there's stuff I like. I think it's stuff I'm really looking forward to. The Doom Patrol. It looks fun. I'm looking forward to Hawkgirl, because I just want to see a Hawkgirl comic. We'll see how that goes. I am looking to the Titans, because I've not bought a Titan comics in a long, long time. The Tom Taylor's Nightwing has been highly recommended. I'm probably going to deep dive into that before that Titan comes out. But I haven't read a Titan comic since the Johns McCone run, and I have all that in trades, because I just, after Rebirth, it wasn't characters I was interested in. It was a new Titans for new kids, for a new generation, and I'm cool with that. And some people really liked it. I've heard good things and bad things. Not bad things, heard people liked it and disliked it. I'm not saying good and bad, because that's subjective and silly. Some people liked it, some people haven't. It just never grabbed me, and I may go back and read it, because there's a young lady I follow on Twitter who is reading it all, and it's got people I like working on it. Fabian yes, Scott Lobdell, some artists I don't know, and their new characters. Maybe I'll fall in love. Who knows? But I haven't tried it out. But I did really, really love World's Finest. It's amazing. I'm actually what I'm gonna take to work to read is the first 4 issues of the Roger Stern, Tom Lyle Starman with Will Payton, because that Tuesday, I probably going to record it Monday, but it will release Tuesday, Opal City Confidential, which covers the first 2 issues. I'm going to take that and the back issue that has an amazing article about the creation of Will Payton. And I'm really looking forward to it, because I have never read it. I've only read his death. I have never read the stuff that takes place now. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to reading. I did get Jeff Lemire's Gideon Falls from the same gentleman who I bought Paper Girls and SweetTooth from. I had read the first couple issues. I looked at him, and it looked really good. It's him and Sorrento? Pronouncing it wrong. I don't have it in front of me. So I'm looking forward to read it. Also, as you know, I have a yes, it is magical little library around the corner from me, where I've gotten 5 very old Batman comics, including one with Star-Man. And I found some trades in there, and I took the ones I had. It was like 4 Green Arrow trades, and one was Phil Hester art, and I didn't remember who wrote it. I'm a big Phil Hester fan. But it had Lemire's Green Lantern, which I really want to check out. I had bought a while back his Justice League Unlimited, I think is what it was. And I'm going to read that and cover it. I'm a big fan of his. I fell in love with his work with Black Hammer. I now want to read a little more of his traditional superhero stuff. And I want to try, I'm going to get the Maze book. I'm going to reach out and get a lot of his stuff, because Black Hammer, which I've not covered, but I'm looking to cover it, but I want to find a guest, either someone who has not read it, or has read it and liked it, or been entertained by it and gotten it. I don't mean you don't have to got to be your favorite comic, but I'm going to look for somebody and then have them come on, and we'll cover that by volume. So that's another thing. And that said, he has collected all of his Substack issues, which tell the last days of the original Black Hammer, which is a prequel to the original Black Hammer series. It came out in a trade. I didn't know it was coming. I saw it in my comic shop. I got it. So, because if I don't have it in trade, I have the issues of every Black Hammer story from the Black Hammer universe, because that's how much I love it. It is like Astro City is to me. Also, anybody who's a big Astro City fan and a podcaster who would like to come on and talk Astro City, I would reach out to me, because that's another thing I would like to. I'm trying to get stuff planned, have a little more of a schedule, and do like the amazing Billy D does, is get us all recording on certain days, get a bunch of stuff in the can, and then spread it out. I'm trying to do that. So that I've got some other guests coming up. Me and Jimbo are going to cover Star Trek versus Legion, and I'm gonna reach out to Kirby, because I have a volume I want me and him to cover. So we'll reach out to him soon. And Kirby, you're gonna hear this probably before I get a chance to send the message. So text me. It's something you'll want to talk about. All right. See, I'm using this to just get more guests on it. So what else have I been reading? Comic wise, I've been jumping around. I read some FFs, FF 190, 191, 192 for a reason, and it's George Perez and Joe Sinnott. It's early stuff, and I remember this stuff and loving it, so it was a real nice read. I've been jumping in and out. I'm reading Tom King's The Sheriff of Baghdad on the app. It is absolutely stunning. Tom King is I'm a fan of Tom King, some of Tom King's stuff. I'm a huge fan of Jeff Johns. And they're 2 writers that get a lot of people talking about online. They're not the only one who do this. People love them, hate them, like what they do with characters, don't like what they do. And there's some really strong feelings. And that's cool. I get it. There are people whose comics I do not read. I just don't care to talk about them, because if I don't like it, it just means I don't like it. There's stuff that's not going to speak to me, just not. But I kind of wanted to, because of the Tom King thing. These are people who are very honest about their opinion, and when they've liked him, they say this is what I've liked, but I really dislike what he does here. And I don't 100% agree with their take on it, but I understand the take. I'm like, I can see that being a reaction if I had a more vested interest in that character. That actually, if I was reading the comic from that person's point of view, because when you read art, when you absorb art, comic books are art, it takes on an effect of how the world is you're being affected, and blah blah, and where you are at that moment, where you are in your past, stuff like that. So it's very subjective, but I want to read some of his stuff, and some of it I haven't read. There's a lot I haven't read. A lot of his mainstream stuff I've not read. So I thought I'd start with what made him famous. I'm then going to read some of his Batman. I did start reading his Rebirth Batman, and I liked the first 10 issues. Batman, I'm not a big Batman fan, so when you trim a list, that's the first thing that goes with it. So I want to read that. I've not read his Mr. Miracle, I've been waiting for, I haven't read Strange Adventures. I'm going to get both of those in trade. I'm going to read them online and then decide to get them in trade. I've been holding off on Human Target, because I was waiting for it to be done and just read it all at once, because I think he reads really well in trade, because I read his Rorschach and I loved it. And I just want to kind of see if I'm really getting a full picture on it, because there's a lot of talk, and I'm interested. I'm also interested in talking about, and I do this in Doctor Who, talking about positive look at how do we talk about what we like in a positive and constructive manner, to where you can hear someone's opinion and not take it personally, because sometimes I take it personally when someone doesn't like what I like, and I have to go, wait a minute, that doesn't mean you can't like it just because of it. So, but I just kind of get a grasp when I'm hearing these really diverse opinions on people that I have not formed one, to see where they're coming from, because they may be right. I may not, I might go, wow, I'm seeing this. So I'm interested in reading some of that. I'm also looking for suggestions from you, what I should cover. I want to do a New Mutants. Not New Mutants. I'm going to do a New Warriors episode, because I finished Omnibus 1, and oh my God, I love that comic. Why wasn't I reading in the 90s? And stuff like that. So suggestions. Give me a single issue team up. Give me an arc of something. Got a Defenders arc coming up I may want to guest on. Just reach out to me if you're interested in. Send us suggestions. You can get to us by emailing me at stopletsteamup@gmail.com. You can direct message me if you're following me on Twitter at stopletsteamup. Or my Instagram account. I am there. I do not tend to respond to mess DMs on Instagram. So if you're not friending, if you're not following, follow me and have something on your profile, so I can check it. I don't just accept anything, because you get there. I'm an old man, and all these makeup troll fake accounts with young girls looking for creepy. So it's block. So, but that's it. This will look a little longer. I just wanted to kind of tell you what I was reading and what I'm really liking. I'm just enjoying what the normal comics that come out. I haven't really read. I've got some stuff backed up. I finished up Secret Invasion, which I've been enjoying. I'm looking forward to some other stuff. Some great reviews from Martin Gray. Love his reviews. Check him out at Too Dangerous for a Girl. So that's it. I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed this little ramble. And if you're interested, let me know. Hey, please let me know what you think about Jeff Lemire, Tom King, what I should read to form a better opinion. Not a Jeff Lemire. I love Jeff Lemire. But give me something, recommend something that you think I may not have mentioned here, because I want to know what people think about certain things. And, I will be back on Tuesday with Opal City Confidential episode 8. And it will be the first 2 issues of Starman volume with Will Payton by Roger Stern and Tom Lyle. Coming up on Legion is another classic 2-parter on Thursday, and next weekend will be Stargirl Justice. Okay? But until then, folks, remember, be safe, be smart, please be kind to each other, and read some comics.